Okay, quick look through. What day is it? Thursday. Thursday's end of day closing screens. So I've been in the website all day, and I've got a little bit of a migraine coming on, a bit of double vision, so I'll probably just buzz through these pretty fast. I'm just trying to get the bare bones of the website sort of ordered. I've got hiccups as well. It will change a little bit as we go forward. I'm just trying to get. Don't worry about the cosmetics and the look of it. As long as I get everything linked up in a way I like it linked up, and just move videos into the risk management bit. And I'm going to spread the risk management bit into expectancy, into protection from the market and black swans, heat, and then the other sort of. I'm going to split the risk management section into modules as well, is what I'm trying to say. So it's a little bit of a. It's making my brain hurt a bit. Cheers, James. But I will get there. I need to just pack it in the head today and come back with a fresh set of eyes tomorrow, I think. But I'm getting there. Finding some old pages. I posted the New World Oil Trade on the radars page. That was a good one. Just finding some old pages, what I've had just hidden in the bottom of the depths of the website. So I might put a few. I think it's good to have some of those old. I know the old videos aren't very good sound quality because I didn't have a microphone and that back then, but I think it's quite good to have some of those old videos just in the website and that, I've been doing this over a decade now, so it's, been doing the videos for over a decade now, so it's good to have a few in there. I don't know where the time's gone, to be honest. But it's been a ride. Right, well, let's just buzz through these. Flip-floppy action. Let's go and have a look through the markets actually first. So inside day on the transports. Just going to have to zoom that in, I can't see. 2 inside days. Coiling action. Might be another spike lower in that, by the looks of it. But, yep. As good as an inside day there. Right on lows at the moment, aren't we? What are we on this pullback on the S&P now? 7%. Nasdaq just shy of 10%. Russell, we've got this big channeling pullback. Go back to the transports, we've got the same thing there. DAX, new all-time highs in the history of the world. FTSE 100 just pulling back. It made a big move, didn't it? Doesn't mean it'll come right back in. We just don't know. 250 is just sideways forever and a day, isn't it? Still sideways. Small caps punch through the highs today and just close kind of flat. AIM all share 2 inside days. And I'll say it again, it's as long as you've got risk management in place, a real good market route would be actually fantastic. It really would. It never feels good when you start unwinding and pretty high cash anyway because closing some big trades, but if you were sort of they don't feel good anyway, corrections, do they? But it would be fantastic for the markets to actually just dish out a little bit more pain. it would really be a good slingshot. As long as the structure can stay, we keep that structure, the bullish structure. So I was just falling asleep on the couch, then just had to make myself a strong coffee. What gapped up today? Moving on, 6 month closing highs. We've got 39, so we've got a few more today. Just buzz through these. Defense stocks had another push today, didn't they? We've got 5 of those, I think. BA there. New closing highs on these. The leader, Rolls-Royce, is not in the group today. Banks. Investment trusts. Construction. Yeah, SRC. So I can't, yesterday I put it down to just a bit of read across from Bree, and I think Nigel said it was in the Telegraph as well. So there's a little bit of a combined effort there, but this is how this just get out of that sort of previous noise. Obviously really good structure, but chopping around forever and a day, and it would be nice if it can go on a trending run. It's coming towards the results again. It will post, we will see. And sorry, I just got a personal message. I'll cover it in a minute. I'll have to jump back to that. I don't know if they're actually watching the live screen. Sorry, I lost my track of thought then. I just got to write message in front of me, because there's nothing worse than me going back to the radars and then forgetting to answer a message in the site. It does happen sometimes, and I apologise every time, but yeah, so yeah, that really nice action. I mean, go back and have a look at 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 the beginning of the trend when we picked that one up. No crystal balls, but this thing really clicked its heels yesterday, didn't it? And off it went. But it's not about what we're looking at here. It's just more about just orderly price action. Or that's what we're going to be looking for in this market. We're going to be looking for stocks what are refusing to sort of lose their structure. The good orderly price action as the market gets worse. That's the coiling springs. They're the bases and the breakouts you want to be looking at, and then there's going to be a lot of those what have got good growth, and that's the reason they're acting like that, and they're the ones you want to sort of in the US and the UK you want to sort of hone in on. Anyway, moving on from there. Weir Group, yeah, another new high there as well for Weir Group. So things are working in the portfolio. We're actually up this week, so go figure. Yeah, Kenmare, it had those negative numbers, and as it was basing out, I said just let it get those negative numbers behind it, and I think that's what's happened today. Is it? Oh no, it's got a takeover approach. All right, shame, but Yeah. Moving on. Raw screening as always. Beasley there, just inside Davo looks of it. Fresh Nilo. Fresh highs. 52-week highs anyway. This Zigona. Is it Zigona? Yeah, this is expected to post PBT and it's post turnover, so you know we talked about this one, didn't we? What's it up from the base now? 140%, you know? I thought it was too thin for me at the time. But look at that. Those who took that one are absolutely, you know, even the worst possible timing. It was a really tight base, wasn't it? Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Moving on. Dead obvious though, you know, dead obvious. That's why I keep contemplating just lowering my risk per trade so I can take more bites of things rather than run out of money all the time. I usually just go on margin, but I've got a huge amount of cash sat in a safe. To buy a record collection, hopefully. And then to buy another one and another one, because there's this collection. I'm trying to buy a quarter of it first for 25 grand. I'm gonna go and see it next month. And if I'm happy, I will try it again. I'll go for another quarter. Another quarter and another quarter. Yeah, big list. Let's just punch it in. Oh, I've already punched it in. So obviously this, you know, the reward to risk on this dashboard, swing low, and it works. It's slightly different to what you see on the what number's CRH? 2.3. Oh, I think I changed it actually to the same. 2.3, 56. Let me just go down to it. 2.3, yeah. So that's the blended sort of price we talked about this morning. You know, just the average of the previous day, the setup day high and the pivot. That's all it is. And you know, that basically gives, what did I say it gave? 2.3. Let's bring it over again. To a third measured move, it basically gives 2.3 reward to risk. And as you know, I'll just cover this again because I've covered it today. It sounds like people are getting a bit confused with what I do here. You know, say that's, I always position size for the structure. So with a swing trade, it's the only way. The reason I do it back to front is I always used to do the 2-day low. So I used to come above the swing low and basically, you know, I'd be trading it a bit like that. Or, you know, if I'm buying, in fact, the 2-day low in many cases is the swing point. But that's what I used to do, the 2-day low, wherever it was. So, you know, on a swing point, it would be the swing low. Here it would be that. And I used to position size for that. And it was when I had less money in that account, because I split my account sort of 2/3 trend, 1/3 swing. And this was when I, you know, this is over 10 years ago. In fact, the most aggressive phase I had in the markets was about, on the swing side, was just before the account I used to use. I used to use an account called Pro Spreads, just before they stopped letting me trade, basically, because they just wouldn't let me trade all the 250 stocks anymore, and it just ended up just the blue chips. and my pool of stocks just disappeared. But it had professional order types, you see, so I could put 2 orders in. I could put if or orders in as well, and my whole methodology could be ran on these orders, and without me, you know. But basically, I used to swing trade that aggressive, and big gaps went against me, but big gaps went in my favour as well. And it's good market environment, you know, aggressive. Being aggressive is good market environment. And someone who's new to the screens might just think the index trend model being 100% bullish is good market environment. That's structurally bullish and fully bullish for trend trading, but you know, when all the large caps and the swing start really working, it's kind of 2 or 3 times a year maximum usually, and you know, as we talk about, so that's how I used to do it, and the reward to risk is still based off that, because you know the reward to risk is based off this swing low, and the reason for that is you can if you want you can still exit there. I can still exit there, but if I'm targeting 1R, and let's say my exit is half an R, 0.5R, you know, that's a 2-to-1 scenario, if you know what I mean. So all it does, it rather than the risk always being even, the risk is always scratch, but it is different amounts. So I want that to be at least 2-to-1 or more, which makes sense. And the way I run the screens, 2-to-1 means it's actually in a pullback, because otherwise I'd be getting all these little swing points here just right up at highs, and that's a different methodology altogether. So having reward to risk on that bracket means it's in a pullback, and basically the target is always 1R, be, you know, my chosen percent, and I can get out on a scratch trade. I can basically trade it as a trend trade and just trail the full bracket if I want. There's many, because these are the next questions what always come to me. I don't have a fixed way of doing this. I trade the swing account, and it's like I nibbled at 2 yesterday and stopped out both of them, and it was absolutely, you know, point something of an R. You know, it's like you know, risking 0.5% and basically coming out of 2 really quite high reward to risk trades for a very small amount of money. So you know, that's the way I do it. You know, it's I can have a dozen scratch trades, just trying to make something stick if I want. I can sell half of it and keep the rest on. You know, I don't have the magic code what you're after. Honestly, I don't. You know, I do this in many ways, but the way I position size for that lets me trade the structure on any large cap, any small cap, any micro cap, because it's a volatility target. You know, it's sized for volatility, so it just lets me do it in any product. That's the big problem when it comes to, you know, a lot of people even weight. They go, well, I buy so many shares in this, you know, 500, you know, and the trouble with that is, you do that in a volatile stock, you get a very, very different, you know, it starts to dominate the portfolio. You do it in a large cap stock, and it doesn't even move the needle when you have a fantastic trade. So the way I do it is, if it trades that step in the trend, you know, happy days. It pays me what I want to be paid. So that's why, you know, I don't know anyone else who does it that way, but that's how I do it. And I do it the other way still. Honestly, you know, say I want to just trade a momentum swing. I can trade it like that, and I still do that in a good market as well. So I've got quite a few ways. You know, when I see my pitch, I've got a few ways of approaching it, is what I'm trying to say. But the key here is just to get that in your head, why I do it that way. And it's about money management. It's not about any magic in the trade or anything. It's it's about the price action and the money management, what makes it tick. Moving on. Yeah. Was it ADM what just flew off the lows and went straight? Obviously a financial. I'll go and find it in a minute. This is expected to post profit before tax. Evoke. That's changed its name, hasn't it? Don't know what it used to be. Yeah, drives me crazy. Should be illegal. $888. RPI. So this one's, the forward numbers are pretty slack on this one. RPI, Raspberry Pi. Obviously going up on other things. Just jump into those. Was it ADM? What went straight to the top? Admiral. Yeah. So obviously Admiral's been punching, you know, on the gas. We could see that, but the market just didn't care. You know, the last time, I think the last time I traded this, I've traded it quite a lot in the past, but it was fantastic back here in 2010. I just remember it being one of the real standouts, real orderly, you know, breakout, pullback, off it went on its journey. I traded pullbacks in this quite a lot, but I was trading you know, a little bit more aggressive method back then. So it wasn't just about pullbacks. I traded it a lot actually. I probably traded it about 15 times in that run. But yeah, wait for some price action to follow, I would say, in that one. What else have we got in that? SRC, yeah. And then quickly, ADM, SRC, FX Post, CRH, TIFs, breakout TIFs. So we, oh yeah, it got a bit, doesn't it? RPI, ATR, yeah, ATR. Let's look at that one again. Sorry, it's not what I thought it was. ATR, CRH, TIFs. Yeah, I mean, it's meant to be quiet. The market's pulling in. It's meant to be quiet. I just threw a couple from, you'll have noticed a couple of US ones went onto these screens today. I threw PLTR on the list just to have a look at it. I will say, you know, in US terms, you know, the price of this one isn't crazy, is it, compared? But yeah, this is minus 10% today, and that's what it looks like. So a little spike lower, but keeping its structure would be good, wouldn't it? But yeah, this was the trade for the big trend. Now it's more of a swing vehicle up here, I would say, or a potential nibble into another trend. But you know, it's not. And this docks as well, obviously. Pro gap. Here's your little sort of high in the sky sort of base, Momo sort of base. And then it gapped up again. It just did a shallow pullback, gap test, swing point there, a couple of them in the mix. Then came all the way to mean trend through a swing point there. Happy days. Off it went again and gapped up again. So This is really orderly action coming into a very interesting area around this 660 and change area. That's kind of interesting to me. I tell you now, I haven't got enough margin in my account. I've got quite a bit running in there. Well, not a lot, but I haven't got much margin in there. I've got some trend trades running in it as well, you see, which I should just basically flip out and buy the shares. But that's what happens, you know. You run out of money when I'm riding all those trends last year, and you end up taking a few on the margin account. And now I'm just sat on these trends in the margin account now. What I usually the reason being, I thought I was having my heart operation in February, and I thought, well, I won't be using the margin account for that. So anyway, that's enough of my problems. Anybody got anything they want to look at? I'll quickly have a look at oil and gold. Gold's just flat today. Little flag starting to form there. Oil flat today, nothing to see there. Has the orange man not said anything today? Everything seems a bit flat. TLT flat. Bitcoin's just chopping up and down a bit. I think it's down again today. But a very normal area to come into. It's actually the 10-month 200-day where it came into there as well. Lots of interesting areas. It would just be nice to just see a little bit more volatility, just to shake them up a bit more, wouldn't it? Put some real fear sticks in. Hammer time. So I feel as though I've forgotten something, but I don't think I have. So yeah, obviously we've got a couple of old members who've just rejoined recently, and this is basically been changing all day today. So what I'm trying to do is new members journey. I'm just trying with this idea of doing it module 1 risk management, and when I get into risk management, I'm going to split it the same way. You're going to get option 1, option 2. You're going to get positive expectancy. You're going to get heat, protect yourself from a black swan and all that kind of stuff. You're going to get, position sizing and, risk to stop and stuff like that. And I'll do it in kind of a module within a module. Stock selection is basically going to be about price action, looking for orderly price action. And I'm just going to be linking some of these to the technical analysis course, because I don't want to break that up or double it up. I'll just link the page to that. And then, if you're in module 2 stock selection, you can go to the tech course and then you can just reverse out of it again back to this module. I'll do it that way. And trade management, I'll dump all the sort of, the trailing stock kind of stuff in there, and that'll have to be probably split between, because the risk management and stock selection, it kind of covers everything, but trade management is swing or trend specific as well, isn't it? So I'm not quite sure. I've got a little marker in there just to plonk it there, and I'm not quite sure how to go. And what I did today was I color coded this green, the technical course, and then I thought straight away it'd be a good idea to actually color code. And I did the whole course green, just so you're in the technical course. And then I thought, well, it would be a good idea to color code just the trend side can stay orange, and the swing side could be a different color. And I thought, oh, crikey, I've just done this green now. And then Colin messaged me and said exactly the same thing. and he just kind of read my mind there. And yeah, so maybe I'll just choose a different colour, maybe, I don't know, a colour what sort of looks half decent. I do like that green. They do say orange and green should never be seen, don't they? But it kind of works for me, that. Just for the technical course, it makes sense. But I'll basically, because what I've done, I've actually, the public side of the site, it's white, and then the members side, it's orange. The technical course is green, and I can put that in the in the basically in the little terminology and cheat sheet down here. I'll build a new, I'll go through this again, and that's basically how to speak Northern, isn't it? How to speak Manchester Derbyshire, cross between Manchester. So that's my kind of idea on that. The colours will have a little bit of a colour coding going on as well. A good colour for the swing pages would be, I don't know, throw it out there, link it in the chat here. What colour do you think would look good? And the way, I think I've got it flowing quite good now. I've got this sort of briefing. Sometimes we get those crazy people who just, they ask you questions. What's your win rate? What's this? What's that? Where's the stocks you're in? All that kind of stuff. So we have to get this out of the way, the serious stuff, and just knock that on the head before they even get any further. And then the new member journey. This kind of just talks you through, new members. Basically, nearly everyone who's come to my site, there's something, they always mention something they need to work on. And then we get the total green members who just go, I literally started investing, I've had my fingers burnt, I'm an open book kind of thing. And I think it will just stay, it'll just help that both cases, won't it? But usually, people say, oh yeah, I was holding I can pick the best stocks, but I gave it all back. I didn't know when to take profit. And we go, oh well, you go into module 3 and just have a think about override trailing stops, maybe, So that's I think that kind of works quite well. But my trouble is some of it is for swings and trends. It ticks both boxes, doesn't it? Anyway. Then creating a methodology. No, I'll go back to. I'm stealing. This creating a methodology page will disappear, and that will into these modules. But methodology lanes. This should be sort of before, higher up. Once I've done it, the order's not right. It's easier to change things if they're higher up in the list. That's why they're not in the right order. But this methodology lanes, core methodology is obviously primary trend. That's what I share at Trading Bases. My view is always, if I show people how a primary trend in a trending stock works, then they will know if they're going, because most investors out there are actually swing trading without knowing it, aren't they? They think they're long-term investors, and really they're more active than I am. And that's common, So if you know this is kind of like the Brucey bonus side of the, and it's not for everyone, is it, swing trading? It really isn't. But with the help of the members and just throwing all those orders in and working with the GTRS and bringing those stocks into a smaller pool like we have done, because it's you guys who've helped me just fine tune the GTRS by putting all, you became experts in basically putting orders in the market, and we got some data back, and I crunched all my data, and I know a lot of you were doing the same in the background, and I incorporated it into the GTRS by the signals now. Blue chip is basically blue on the signals dash. The mid cap high float is white, and the large cap medium float is orange, isn't it? I think that's how I set it up. And that little bit of color coding really helped a lot. I think it's helped a lot of people, that, and it's easier for me. It's just really easy to go where I need to go with my eyes straight away. So I did that for the US and the UK, and just throwing out we've been talking about how our position size in the in the screening session. I did the video today where you can download it from the Slack to you before it gets lost if you want to keep it. I will do a new one though, just doing it again. I'll go through it again and try to do a half decent one. But yeah, that will just basically, the way I do that will insulate you from ever having a big gap down in your account due to position sizing too tightly. I have to come at this I do it myself in my own account, so the market can never hurt me so much when that big gap against me, that big profit warning. So to share swing trading, it's not part of the core methodology at Trading Base. It's like an extra, and for me to share it, I want to be able to unlock that sort of new member sort of access straight away to swing trading, but just show them how I sort of size for it to eliminate all that kind of stuff. I did think of doing it another way, the real sort of it's really dangerous doing audibles. Because what happens is if I have to post every setup or none at all. Otherwise, if I post one or two, it's all right when it's a request. But if I post 2 stocks, I'll get a message of someone who's been a member like 2 minutes, and they'll just go, "I took both those stocks and they're down 20%." And I'm like, "Why did you?" It's just that's what happens. People just think I've got some kind of magic crystal ball sometimes, but no. So I have thought that people who've basically got the position, the trend. What tends to happen is people who purchase I was amazed how many people actually purchased the premium spreadsheets after they put last year in, because they had a good year. Quite a few of you said, if I have a good year at Trading Bases this year, I'm going to purchase those spreadsheets, and that's what happened. So we had 4 or 5 of you all at the same time just go for the spreadsheets. And I thought, well, the people who've got those spreadsheets, because they are a premium product, they've got to a stage where, the swing trading is probably a little bit more, they've got the tools for the swing trading. They've paid for it. So, what I do there, I'm not sure. I've got to have a think about it. But in the meantime, I'm going to just try and get the bare bones of this down. And see where I get to with it. I'll pluck away at it again tomorrow. To be honest, I might have to have a day off it tomorrow if my brain's hurting still. But we will see. Okay, have we got any questions there? Yeah, I like that green, Nigel, for the tech course myself. And I think if I put the code in the sort of, the little, I can't remember, what do you call it? What's the word for it? What do they call it in the back of a book, or a index, like an index? Is that the word? Index page or something like that. yeah, I could just put it in there. You know, if green heading, technical course, you know, orange heading is trend following side of the website, you know, or I just have to hide, you know, white is in the public area, and you'll be dipping index table contents legend. James said, I'm going to write that down, James. I can't get the words out, can I? Sometimes, yeah, yeah. It's going to be like index might work, mightn't it? I think Colin said facts, but oh yeah, anything like that. But yeah, I just think it would be easy to navigate that way. You know, if it's color coded again, it would make sense. So I think the swing pages would actually it be right putting them blue to color code with the blue chips, wouldn't it? So if I use this blue, that might make a bit more sense, because if you notice the trend, you know, that the small caps are like this orange color here, and maybe I changed the orange. The website's just the bright orange, but if I changed the the trend pages to like this kind of browny orange here, and the swing pages to this blue, that might make a little bit more sense as well, mightn't it? Just an idea. What do you think? I'm writing that down. Swing blue trend brown orange colour. Yeah. Just different shades for the colour blind peeps. Who's well? Are you colour blind, Jamie? But yeah, I think that would sort of help, and I could just have a little code, couldn't I? Trend or swing code, what goes next to it as well, and just if you dipped into a page and it was orange, it would mean it's it probably counts for both. You know, if it's about price action, do you know what I mean? Sorry, 1 second. Cheers, Gary. I can make it, I can get some fancy sort of buttons and stuff set up at a later point, but you know, colour by numbers is kind of working at the moment. I'll do new. I've just put those big orange ones with white letters, but I can colour code it all and just go through it once we get some kind of thing going there. Yeah. Okay, I'll leave it there. I'm just going to go and find something in the website for someone. Cheers all.